Good morning, everybody. I'm Teresa Perrin, and this is my stock market watch list for Tuesday, January 17th, 2023. Futures are red so far this morning, and oil is green. So therefore, you see the red on my cover page. Please remember that this is just a watch list and that it doesn't mean to buy, sell, or hold any security. Thank you so much for watching. If you could, smash that like button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay, TNXP. So this has been up 75.82% in the past week, but as you can see, it had a nice pullback. So now the question is, are we going to continue to move downward, or are we going to get another move to the upside today? I'm watching it. Please do not marry a direction on this play, but I do think that there's a lot more room to run in this name. The question is, will it be today? TCBP. All right. Check this out for the past month. Look at these two big spikes that this stock had. For some reason, I feel like A, either shorts are covering, or B, somebody knows something and we're about to get some news. Again, this is a biopharm company, and those have been really hot as of this new year and even into the end of last year. So keep a close eye on this. I think there is a lot of room to run. The question is, will it be today? That I cannot answer, but I'm definitely keeping it on the radar. SOS. All right. With crypto running, SOS has also been running. Now, you're going to notice that blockchain and crypto tend to run together. And I think that SOS is something that everybody should have their eye on because this has been shorted for a very, very long time. PSTV, Plus Therapeutics. All right. This is a name that I've been following for several months now. It had a pullback consolidation and we finally got a breakout. I'm looking for a continuation on that move upward today, or did they try to tank it right back down into the consolidation zone? We shall see. IBIO, IBIO. All right, this is another one that has had a very nice breakout since I first mentioned it, and it was up another 17.55% on Friday. As you can see, though, it was actually up higher at one point, pulled back, and seems to have found its bottom, consolidated, and I'm looking for that next leg up in iBio. Oops, sorry, that's a repeat. Blue Apron, APRN. Blue Apron, I don't think there needs to be much said about this, but it got a breakout from its lows back above $1. It's very heavily shorted. Again, if crypto and risk on stocks continue to run, then Blue Apron should as well. This has a very high short interest and could present amazing opportunities, but please also keep in mind, don't get too greedy. Remember to secure profits along the way because shorts don't just stop, guys. They generally tend to continue shorting as long as they can. And I truly believe they have targeted Blue Apron and hope to bankrupt this company. NVTA, Invite. All right. This stock, I believe, is very undervalued at its current value. And I think that with shorts covering, it is another heavily shorted stock. We could see some significant moves back to the upside in NVTA, and it is a strong watch on my list this morning. Crypto mining stocks in general are absolutely 100% my number one watch today. That includes Mara, Hut, Coin, Riot, Bakat, BKKT, BTBT, BTCM. Guys, there's a ton of them. Pick your favorite and check it out. Hut. I think that you're going to see a lot of them run off of Bitcoin's move as long as Bitcoin continues to either consolidate or make moves upwards. BKKT, you just heard me say why. Again, guys, I think this is starting to short squeeze. It did get a pullback on Friday. I 100% believe that that was option chain related. There is no information that can be found on it on Fintel. And the same thing is true with rent. That has to make you wonder why, because it's very rare you cannot find a stock on there. However, I did see it on Ortex, and it has a short interest of, I believe it was 18 point something percent, give or take somewhere in that range, guys. So it is heavily shorted. And I do believe that BKKT would be a prime candidate for a short squeeze. It has seen them in the past if you go back and look at the chart. So I am very bullish on this ticker. Wells Fargo, WFC. All right. They had earnings initially, I think, due to guidance in the unsecured, like the unpredictable, let's say, economy. It got a slight pullback followed by a move to the upside. It was up 3.25% for the day on Friday, and that is a strong move to the upside for a stock that's in the banking sector, guys. I am keeping a close eye on this for a continued move to the upside. Jets, Jets. All right. Jets is up slightly on the day because of Delta's earnings, which were a beat, but they gave mixed guidance, I think, was the issue. Insecurity again in the markets. So Jets kind of consolidated on Friday. I'm looking for another move to the upside. I think airlines are going to be a strong sector. Keep an eye on American Airlines and Delta for maybe a recovery if it did dip. I'm not even sure what it did on Friday, but I'm having thoughts that it probably dipped based on what the earnings were, unless it pulled back up and consolidated. INM. All right, INM, I believe still that this is going to get a very strong breakout. It has had a pullback. As you can see, it's made kind of sort of a double bottom here. So I'm looking to see if we get a move back to the upside, that breakthrough too. And I still believe that this can reach a target zone of somewhere around $4. You know, nothing's guaranteed, but I am watching this closely and think that it has a move coming. BBIG had an interesting breakout on a Friday of all days. I made a very long video on this because there's a lot that you need to know if you're going to get into this play before taking a position. I highly recommend you watch it. Again, I think that this stock could present great trade opportunities, but until I find out what happens with the deadlines I gave you in that video, I wouldn't be a long-term holder of this. So very important, if you haven't already, watch that video if you're planning or you own BBIG. Alt, AULT. This is another one that with crypto rising, I think is going to do very well. Another very heavily shorted name. Hopefully those shorts have been covering where it's been down to 15 cents. I think that this could have a very strong move to the upside when it does actually break out, which could be today. So keep an eye on alts. FWBI is up 20% in the after hours, and I think it bears watching for a move back to the upside. This is another name that just keeps on getting beat down, guys. You know, be cautious with this name because I think shorts are truly trying to bankrupt this play as well. MGOL was a recent IPO, and I guess it has a tie to a soccer player, Messi or something like that. Guys, again, I don't know much about this or soccer. I used to play soccer in high school, but don't follow it. And anyways, I do think that MGOL has a strong potential to continue making moves to the upside, but being a recent IPO, be cautious because it needs to find its comfort zone, and it went all the way up on Friday and came all the way back down. So today, if you make profits, be sure to secure them because it could, if you see signs of movement down, because it could easily dump again. And remember, you can always sell it and buy it back. There is no need to hold something, and I don't think that people should be focused on capital gains and worrying about that in plays like this that are highly volatile. I think they should be worried more about securing profits. Upstart. All right. Upstart, Affirm, Carvana, all of those names, guys, that have been very heavily shorted, that interest rates have a lot to do with why they've been down. I do believe that you're going to see a lot of recovery in those plays this year, and Upstart is high on my list for watches in regards to that. DCFC is up this morning on news. Did I get that? Yes. They secured the largest order in their company history. So keep a close eye. It had very nice moves, as you can see, to $2. Got a pullback. I don't know where it's at right now while I'm filming this video, but I think that this should be on your radar. If it's moved up again, please remember to not chase something that is in the middle of flying. Wait for it to get a pullback if you want to enter. Tal and Chinese stocks in general are high on my watch list. I had Alibaba, guys, but I don't think I transferred it over. Forgive me if I'm saying this twice, but TAL and Alibaba, both along with a lot of these Chinese names, I think with their recovery are going to continue to do well. TAL is still very heavy on my watch list, looking for that gap fill back up to 19. I think once it breaks above its recent highs of around $10.60, that you are going to see this absolutely just rip again once it breaks through and confirms that break. But keep it on your radar. And as far as Alibaba goes, not sure what happened to it, but going back to Alibaba for a second, I'll just keep it on here. It's ticker BABA. Ryan Cohen took a position in Alibaba, and Alibaba has been very heavily shorted. I think Ryan Cohen has an attraction to those names. And while we're talking about him, I also am watching BBBY, even though it's not on my list right here. But I do believe that you're going to see strong moves to the upside in both of those names once a bottom is found in BBBY. Again, I haven't looked at it yet this morning, but it will be on my watch list today. And I think I just didn't put it here because of the risk associated with it. But guys, please just know that all of these stocks have a risk. The stock market in general is high risk, some more than others. BBBY has that risk of bankruptcy. That doesn't mean that it can't get a short squeeze prior to that. If that news does come out, though, it will dump and dump hard, in my opinion, so just be cautious. But again, Alibaba looking for a move up because Ryan Cohen has a strong cult-like following, and I think that it can move based on him buying alone. All right, ARQT, I saw this name got news right as I was about to make this video, so I grabbed a screenshot. It has something to do with their med and a 10-month efficacy, and I believe that ARQT could make moves to the upside based on that news today, so that's why I've added it. And Cassava Science, guys, I wouldn't jump into anything here, but I am watching Cassava because they have been awaiting news on their Alzheimer's study that was finished in December. They were supposed to get news out, they were expecting by the end of the year, but they had a sudden death of their medical director. I think it was their medical director, doctor, whatever. And I think that I'm sure he has a lot to do with their study and everything else. And I think that is what is delaying this. But again, I'm not sure. But if that news is good, Cassava Science should, and in my opinion, will absolutely rocket. If the news is not what was expected and it's not good, then it will dump and dump hard. So just keep that in mind. Top gainers this morning are CYAD. Please be cautious. I do not see any reason for this to be running, and I'm wondering if it's a pump and dump or a technical breakout. So, you know, I'm not touching it, but it could continue to run. I'm not sure. Somebody always knows something. You know what they say. CLXT, MGOL we talked about, DCFC we talked about, and I'm not sure what this SVRE is, but apparently it's getting some attention. Top losers are VIVE, CYAN, ANGN, ACER, and BSQR. All right, most active, again, that's CLVT, KGC, BTG, HPE. HPE has been on this list for a while, guys. I keep seeing it pop up. And Key. Technical. All right, maybe this explains it. CLVT, INFY, TV, OCGN, and AGEN. That's all I got for you today. Best of luck trading in the market, and remember to always protect your trades. We are still in a bear market, guys, so be cautious. Thank you so much for watching.